Okay, I'm here at the 1865 today. First gig of the year for me, and I'm joined by the fabulous Midlanders. Gianni, how are you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing well. Good, thank you.
Right, well this is your second gig, I take it, for this year. Was it Waterloo, Blackpool last weekend?
It was, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And how was that after such a long layoff for you guys?
Refreshing.
It's really hard to describe, isn't it? Because we spent years playing constantly. I mean, we were playing every week without fail, 2 or 3 times, and then nothing. So to get to play again was just
Phenomenal, wasn't it?
phenomenal.
Yeah. And to actually play in front of a crowd, because we've done quite a few. We did a Planet Rock live stream, we did our own live stream, and as successful as they were, playing to a few cameramen just doesn't quite have the same vibe.
And for you guys, obviously, the lead up to it, the build up to a live gig again after so long, how was that emotionally? I mean, because you're touring musicians, that's your job, that's what you do.
Almost wept.
It was true. No, we walked into the Waterloo, and it was emotional, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was,
Ridiculous.
and he's transformed the place as well, and it's one of our favourite venues anyway. And he's worked so hard there and kept his bottle and kept his nerve to keep that place alive. And we walked back in, it was emotional. Yeah, it really was.
I think it's like today, you're down in Southampton. This is your first visit.
Yeah.
Dinner?
It is, yeah. It's the first time.
Well, this particular venue is a bit like the Waterloo. You know, during the bad times, you had the fans and the people that loved the venue supporting it. And I think it was the same with the Waterloo.
Okay.
They had like support our local venue.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
So it just proves that grassroots music is alive and well, and
It's very much so alive.
and is great for you guys and every other guy in the scene at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk some music now. I mean, it's a couple of years ago now since you released 100% Proof.
Yeah, it was January 2019.
So that was pretty much just before you were getting into it, and then the lockdown hit and everything else.
Yeah.
And I know you've released a couple of singles since then.
4.
But they're not from that album.
No.
So let's talk new music.
Yeah, absolutely.
So during lockdown, obviously you've had plenty of time to talk to each other via Zoom.
Well, sort of.
We actually wrote Devil in Me
as soon as lockdown
during
started.
lockdown. As soon as it started, and it kicked off sort of in March. I believe it was about April time that we started bouncing the ideas across, didn't we? And, and then Devil in Me obviously came from that. So it was quite fitting really that we needed to really bring it out, didn't we?
There is like an album worth of material being done as well, so it's all in there.
Is it a frustration album, or is it just purely you
we
had the time to sit down and collaborate?
No, we purposely
we didn't
stay clear of that.
did we?
Because we think there's going to be a million albums that are all about being locked in these 4 walls and all this kind of stuff.
Like you talked about the live streams, they're great, but
They're
it's not the same as playing in front of the crowd.
It's not the same.
There's no energy rapport between you, the crowd themselves. And
It's like having sex with your clothes on, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose it is.
If you could describe it that
sorry,
way.
sex. What's that?
I don't know, I'm not old enough. I'm not old enough.
Yeah, right.
It's like having sex with your clothes.
But it is though, isn't it? It's just not the same.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's not the same feeling. You don't get the
Exactly.
the emotional contact.
Yeah.
No,
It's worse than that. It's like having sex with your clothes on by yourself.
I do that a lot actually. No, it's true. It's that connection, isn't it? You can't get that connection because you got people cheering, you got people shouting, and you're smiling at each other, and there's that.
You feed off each other.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
the energy builds and builds and builds.
Yeah,
I mean, at the Waterloo, going back to that gig, that was socially distanced, wasn't it? Like tonight.
Yeah,
so was it the same
Table,
setup?
Same setup, yeah.
Very similar setup.
Was anybody sat down?
No, not really. What's that? But are they allowed to stand? Before we had stand, people are allowed to stand up.
I think they are, as long as they stay within the group.
Everyone stayed within the table.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sure.
Yeah. But I just can't imagine
by the end of the
people
night,
sitting
there was nobody sitting down. I promise you that.
No.
down. Anybody on the top now?
Yeah, me.
Do you know what though? This is the only. It's the only time these few gigs that we're doing before lockdown eases completely. It's the only time you'll ever be able to see Gianni sitting down.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I think a lot of people to start off with were just appreciate like sitting there and watching the show, and there's a gradual build then.
I think it's also, from a punter's point of view, it's still a strange scenario where you're going back to watch a live band. You haven't had, I mean, from our side of it, that's 2 years without being able to do that.
Yeah, sure.
And with everything that's going on, some people are still very dubious and sort of what's going to happen, how's it going to be,
Sure.
you know. So I would imagine for both parties, and once everyone's relaxed, it must be a great night.
It's incredible.
I saw you did a behind the scenes video for that Waterloo.
That's right. Yeah.
Have you done the same for today? And is it an ongoing thing, or is that one off? We're back in the saddle.
It will be. It's something we'll continue because it was really well received. But it was Ryan Sparrow, which is a friend of Lewis's, who came with us to do that, and that was our idea to, like, you know,
document it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we would have done it this time as well, but we don't want to release another video with the same kind of thing. But we will be working on more of that kind of content for sure.
Well, imagine for yourselves as well. It's quite nice to look back at the end of the year, and we come out of lockdown, and this is what happened. You know, we got to here, there, and people were just fantastic.
And we never get to see that side, do we?
No.
So we're this side.
Yeah.
So we just look out at people. We never get to see what we're doing. So it is nice to see.
I mean, it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I can say that from my side.
Awesome.
You've obviously you're doing a few gigs at the moment, but later in the year you have a full UK tour.
That's correct. Yeah.
The next chapter.
Yes.
The next chapter, exactly.
Is that your biggest UK headline tour to date? Or?
It isn't, is it? No, because the
100% proof.
100%.
So the album tour was
the album tour was the biggest headline one so far. I think it was 14 dates.
I think this one's 11.
This one's 11.
You seem to have covered every bit.
That's what we tried to do. Yeah, cover every demographic. But I suppose the difference with this tour is, even though it's a headline like before, the numbers that we're getting through now, the ticket sales, aren't like the first time we did it.
Yeah, it's
because we did it before. We played to some shows were 50 people, some were 80, some were 120.
Yeah.
I mean, the one in Swansea is nearly sold out already. You know, and Swansea.
And Dover, somewhere we've never been.
Somewhere in Dover, we've never been to Dover.
Well, that's good though. I mean, if you're getting, you know, you're visiting the masses that aren't on your normal route, then people are turning up, and you must be doing something right.
We hope so.
You know, there's got to be something.
We're hoping we are, yeah.
So, quickly go back to new music. So you've released these new singles, and I know you obviously can't talk about things, so I can tell that by...
Well, we can and we can't,
Can we expect a new album soon?
100%, yes.
This year or next year?
It'll be recorded this year for sure.
Yes.
But depending on what happens the rest of the year.
I think realistically, if we're being totally honest, we're probably looking at next year now, but early next year.
Will you be bringing anything out EP-wise before that, or are you sticking to the album, just bringing singles out?
Well, for the next chapter tour, we did allude that there'll be new material that's away from anything we've released yet. So we're a live band. We've done it for a while now, and we do like to road test songs before they're actually recorded. We haven't been able to do that since the album.
You gauge the audience's reaction.
It'll be nice to take a few new tracks on the road, see how they're received, see what works, and then move forward.
Because otherwise, if you're doing a new tour, a lot of the time you do it with a new album and new CDs to sell. But you obviously still got your 100% free stuff, and you've not been able to tour that, really.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, did you get all the 14 done, or how many did you end up doing?
We on the first headline tour, we did all.
You did all.
Yeah.
So that was before you had any issues.
The one
Chester.
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 The PA didn't work.
Yeah, it was knackered, wasn't it?
And we'd flown a band in from Denmark who was statement that was on tour with us. So that was a day after the Slade Room, the album launch party itself, which was like nearly 400 people at the Slade Room. So there was a big light and dark shade contrast between.
So you've gone from a major local headline
to a PA
album launch to an acoustic a cappella.
To a room as big as this with no PA.
It was 10 minutes before doors and we still hadn't got the PA working. So they apologised and we just went, okie dokie, but
we had to pull it, don't we?
We did have to pull it.
Which is
the only time ever.
We've never done that before.
Never had to do it.
It was horrible.
Because as a band, that must hurt.
It's the worst thing ever.
As much for people coming to see you guys.
It's the worst thing ever because we appreciate how difficult it is, and times are hard, financially especially, and even worse now. So when you see people, they're all earning money and they're turning up and buying tickets and they're buying T-shirts, etc. Then
because they're coming a long way as well, and I think that's the whole pandemic made it so difficult for people because But there's people coming far and wide tonight, and they're booking hotels and they're staying over. And you know, I know our demographic. We don't play to kids. People, like, you know, it's an older demographic. Like, you know, everybody's our age.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We go and see a show. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go home tonight. It's a hotel. It's meals. It's drinks out. It's an expensive.
But I also think at the moment it's a welcome release for the crowd. So people wanting to come and see live music again, and it's the buzz you get from a punter side of it, you know, as well as from a band side. It's a very symbiotic thing, and it's very, like I say, the energy you feed from each other, and to even get back into a venue and watch you guys on stage,
definitely, for
me, is going to be fabulous.
Yeah.
Because I miss it.
Yeah.
You know, I've done stuff in lockdown with bands where we've done like live streams. I've been there shooting, one of them playing. But it's not the same. It's not the same as having people breathing down on there.
And it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same socially distance either. It's easing us into it. It's you know, it's there. I'd say it's 75%, 80%. The atmosphere and the vibes there, but you just want that closeness, that togetherness. Do you know what I mean?
You want the sweat to be hitting each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have I sits on your hand?
Trying to touch your arse.
Well, that's on camera anyway, so that's fine. No, I was just thinking for the police thing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
We can do that.
Touch me,
officer.
So these two sort of gigs you start kicking off with, and then obviously you'll tour at the end of the year. Are you involved in any sort of the festivals that are going ahead this year in the summer, or what have you got planned?
After this one, the next one is a festival called Dementia Aware Fest in Birmingham. So we're playing that one.
Yeah, because they're dotted all over the place.
They do all days in several locations.
So we headline the Birmingham show, don't we?
Yeah, we're headlining that one. Cool. We were meant to do Rambling Man, but obviously that's been pulled. But then we've
Rock in the Bowl.
We've got Rock in the Bowl.
That's Sheffield.
It is Sheffield.
Yeah. We're really looking forward to
main
that.
support to Doro.
That's going to be so
Saturday night. We've got Rockwich. We're headlining that one as well.
Yeah.
We're playing Winter Storm.
Winter Storm, main stage again.
Up in Glasgow, Troon. And then Mayor's Fest.
That's within the tour, isn't it?
That's within the tour, yeah. So we're headlining. There's a thing in Wolverhampton called Mayor's Fest. It's sort of a 2-day event, and we're headlining that KK Steel Mill in September. So that's part of our tour as well. We've got that into our tour as well.
I mean, KK's have been doing a lot of the live stream video shoots for bands, haven't they?
That's where we did ours.
And I think you over Classic Rock have done a few things as well.
Yeah, I think so.
But they seem to have accepted the situation and kind of worked with it and used it to their advantage in a way.
Absolutely.
But as a venue to play though, when it's full, is that one of those local ones to you guys that you think,
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Especially they've changed KKs around, so the stage orientation is different. They've got that massive LED screen behind it now. It's the best venue in the Midlands by a country mile.
Yeah, it does look impressive.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Even when it's empty, because I was watching the stuff. I was supposed to go up and do stuff with Circus 66 when they did their video.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it, but I was seeing some of the live from it, and the actual venue itself, which does look huge. The stage looks massive.
It's got real potential now. Is when they open the curtains to make it.
What's the cap on it now?
Massive.
What's the cap?
They can get a couple of thousand, about 2,300 when it's all open.
So it's pushing the academy then.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Which is much needed for Wolverhampton's area because we've been without the Civic, which was our biggest venue.
I used to like walk from home.
Absolutely. So we've not had that for years now. So the Robin 2's been holding its own, but that's a 750 cap, so you can't really.
Walk from I loved. That was a great venue. Saw some good bands down there. So not that many years ago. 4 or 5 years ago now, I suppose.
Yeah, sadly, that's no more, is it?
But the Civic's been relaunched, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently so, yeah.
5 or 6,000.
I want to talk stage actors now.
Oh yeah, come on.
So I know you love Warm Star.
I do.
To the rest of you guys, because I'm assuming this is a persona that you guys want to portray on stage. It's different to what you're.
These guys didn't have Warm Star until they met me.
This is true.
This is true.
And now you have none because it's
I've got them nicked.
And then Brian didn't have one star until he met Boy George.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'm hoping to shoot him next month actually.
There you go.
I'll
tell you something, he can sing, Boy George.
He can.
He's still got it, I'll tell you that now.
So is that something for a rock band that's helps you guys on stage? I know it sounds stupid, but it's like an outfit, like
stage
a uniform. Yeah. Does it get you into that stage persona?
Massively.
Really,
I think you need it. I really do. It's the same with everything. If you dress for the occasion, I believe it brings it out in you then, because
you feel confident.
I feel confident, and then I can perform, because ultimately that's my job, is to be performing. Yeah. Especially as like a lead singer frontman, that's what we do.
And there's certain brands that we're like affiliated with and work with, and
yes, other brands are available, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
So if you like
customization as well. So a lot of us have got bespoke jeans, bespoke shirts, Worn Star Jeffrey West shoes.
Those
accessories, jewellery and stuff like that.
Yeah, specific jewellers. Sort of BAM and.
It's all part and parcel of the. But I don't think you're shortchanging the audience, in our opinion.
If you turn up in shorts and a vest and like you
there's that,
Sunday at home,
if you turn up dressed as somebody something you can buy off the high street, what's the point?
So you're not the man at CNN. That's one for the kids, that one.
I remember seeing that.
I remember seeing
man at CNN.
No, that's cool. It's just something that I've always sort of, you see it, but I've never really asked the question, so I've asked you the question. So I know you, like I say, you love it, so it's just.
But if you look at it from the other perspective, I mean, you see it from the other side. If you rock up and you've got tracksuits on and you've got an old top with all holes in it and stuff, what are you expecting from that act? Realistically, you're not expecting a lot, are you?
I think it's just putting us in that hard rock. The bands that we adore, they're elaborate. They make the effort. It's not that's not taken away from any band that doesn't. There's a lot of people that don't enjoy that, and it's understated. But
it's the whole experience, not just the music. It's the music, the show, the performance, the reaction, what you give and what you get back. Yeah, I get that. It's a whole show. It's not just a gig.
Yeah.
No.
And like I say, same for you guys. So that's really interesting. I had to ask, and I'm really pleased that is the answer, because I thought you guys would no, I just like it.
No, it's an absolute must.
So after tonight, you're talking about Dementia Fest. When's that? Is that August or is that
July the 10th.
July 10th. Yeah.
So between now and then, you're back in the studio working on the new songs.
We're working on new things. We're rehearsing. So we're really tight, obviously.
Yeah.
But the new stuff is our priority now, is to get that to the level where we record.
So tonight, then you'll be playing 100% true stuff, old stuff, also for
and the
singles.
Just to gauge the reaction that we're talking about.
Absolutely. Well, they've been out in the public for a while now, so there's no brand new tracks being played tonight. Well, Devilly Me will only be the second time Devilly Me's ever been played live.
So you can hear something on recorded, but it's never the same.
Absolutely.
No, exactly.
Because I would imagine you guys never ever play the same song exactly the same.
We try to sometimes, but
you improvise, you do your own thing. And
there's always live versions of songs. The ends normally change, and the beginnings, are
So tonight at Southampton, and they can expect a kick-ass show. I take it you guys are up for it.
Yeah,
I'm sure the crowd will be up for it.
Bang up for it.
And I think it's time to let you guys go and get a well-served beer on this wonderful sunny day.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.